When I turned 40, people were literally sending me text messages that said, enjoy becoming invisible. And I thought, absolutely the fuck not. Giving fewer fucks is one of the best beauty products I've ever tried, and I have tried everything. What I've learned after 48 years is that confidence isn't something that you buy at Sephora. But the thing that got me to take action was I wanted to look good naked. I know, judge me. And honestly, if you only take one thing away from this entire video, take this one. So I'm 48 and I'm about to tell you the 10 exact things I do to look like this. And I'm going to tell you the one that made the biggest difference has absolutely nothing to do with skincare. It's a good one. So if you've ever been called vain, high maintenance, or too much, and instead of being offended, you took it as a compliment, this one's for you. Hi friends, I'm Cynthia Garcia, and this is I'd Like to Thank Myself. So I am a skincare founder, a certified clinical nutritionist, and I've spent $1.3 million of my own money figuring out what actually works. And fair warning, I cuss a lot. I'm 48, I've lived a whole life, and the one thing I refuse to do is to not be fully who I am. So if cussing bothers you, this is your stop. And if not, here's my list. Okay, before I dive into the list, which I'm going to get to, don't worry, I just want to say this is a bit of a different format than my other videos, but we're creating this show together. Like I'm listening, I'm reading every single comment, and I'm looking at what you're asking, what you want more of, what you don't like. So feel free to tell me in the comments if this format resonates, and if so, I'll do more. And if you're like, no, fuck no, I don't want to see any more of this, tell me that too, and I'll stop. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. All right, number one is skincare that actually works for your age. Listen, I'm gonna start with the obvious one, because if I don't, you're gonna spend the whole video wondering when I'm gonna say skincare, so here it is, skincare. I don't know, did I turn that into like 5 syllables? Skincare, but not the skincare you were using at 32, not the thing your younger friend recommended, not whatever a 26-year-old on TikTok swears by, even though we love her. Your skin at 48 is a completely different organ than it was at 35. Yes, it's an organ. Your collagen production has shifted. You know that at this point. And the way your face handles moisture, the way your skin holds on to moisture has changed. So the things that it needs now are completely different than it was 10 years ago, or even honestly, 3 to 5 years ago. And I think that the biggest skincare mistake that women our age make is they're still using their 30s routine on a face that is completely moved on. Like your 30-year-old face, as much as you loved her, she's gone. You're a different person now, and you need different things. I spent a very stupid amount of money learning this the hard way, and what I found is that most of what's on the market was not made for skin over 40. It was made for a 30-year-old skin and then marketed to us with the word anti-aging slapped on it. When I turned 40, people were literally sending me text messages that said, enjoy becoming invisible. And I thought, absolutely the fuck not. Hi, no, I'm not going to do that. So I decided to do something about it. And so I thought, what's the root cause of aging? I found out it was something called zombie cells. Have you heard of zombie cells? I know. I hadn't either. And I was like, what? The horror movie. So zombie cells are cells that they just kind of stop functioning. They're like zombies, right? They don't die. They just sit on your face, destroying your collagen and aging you from the inside out. So I built a skincare line called Rewritten to go after those cells, get rid of the ones that are already doing damage. And then I paired that with ingredients that regenerate new cell growth, protect the skin's barrier, super important as we age, hydrate, again, super important, and restore your natural glow. I did this because I didn't want just another serum that sat on top of the problem. I wanted one that went to the root cause of aging. So I called this 4-in-1 serum, Show the Face Up. And the idea was that I wanted to rewrite the story that women become invisible after 40. So I want every bottle to remind you to show the face up. Anyways, that is my skincare line. And skincare is my number one. So the non-negotiables for me are obviously Rewritten's Show the Face Up Serum. I created it because I wanted it. I love it. Also retinol, not retinol, retinol. Those are different. Peptides. And by the way, I've been using peptides for over a decade now, way before they become a trend. So I have some thoughts. I also use growth factors. It's non-negotiable, and SPF every single day. Every single day. That's important. I always look for ingredients that are addressing what's happening at a cellular level. Now, my full protocol, every product, every step, lives inside the Vanity Club. I'll tell you all about that in a minute. Okay, so that was what you expected as number one. Number two is where this stops being a skincare video and starts being something else entirely. Because number two, my secrets to aging, is giving fewer fucks. I know I told you I was going to cuss. I tried to tell you, Linda, if you're mad, I tried to tell you. Okay. So do you know what the hottest thing that a woman over 40 can do? Stop giving a fuck about people and what they think about how she looks. The amount of energy that women spend apologizing for caring about their appearance, it's crazy. Listen, if you redirected that energy into literally anything else, you would be unstoppable. Here's my truth. I care about how I look. I spend money on it. I spend time on it. I think about, I research this shit. And the moment I stopped apologizing for that, everything changed. How I carried myself changed. How people responded to me changed. When I just fully owned that looking good and feeling good is important to me, and I just owned that I was going to do whatever it took to keep looking and feeling this way, people stopped challenging me and they just accepted it. I would say I'm vain. Like, I do this because I care. It's actually really important to me. And as soon as I spoke up, people were like, oh, okay, cool. Right? No more judging. So giving fewer fucks is one of the best beauty products I've ever tried, and I have tried everything. And by the way, I'm not talking about not caring in a motivational poster kind of way. I'm talking about practically in your actual life, deciding that the opinion of someone who doesn't pay your bills, doesn't raise your kids, and certainly does not clean your motherfucking house is not going to determine whether you get the Botox or not. All right, number three, and I'm going to be honest about something that I think a lot of women in the wellness space kind of refuse to say out loud, but I'm me, so I'm going to. Number three is working out because I'm vain, and then staying for all of the health benefits. I know. So this is what you're not supposed to say, I guess. Most women in the fitness space will say they work out for their health. And I'm not saying they're lying. That's true. I love that for them. I started working out because I'm vain. I wanted to look a certain way, and I was willing to do whatever it took. I didn't love it. I don't love working out. I just do it because I love the way it makes my body look. And I also love the way it makes me feel. Once I got into it and I started seeing the results physically, I fell in love with being strong, with what it does for my brain, with my energy, the fact at 48 that I could do things that were hard for me at 30. So I have a home gym. I'm in there almost every day, and vanity is what gets the door open every single morning, even when I don't want to. And then the other benefits like strength and brain health and my heart, that's what keeps me there. Because I 1000% want to be healthy for my daughter. I want to chase my grandkids around the yard. But the thing that got me there was the thing that got me in the gym wasn't that. Like, yeah, I want that. But the thing that got me to take action was I wanted to look good naked. I know, judge me. And I honestly think that more women would work out consistently if they just admitted that they wanted to look good instead of pretending that it's about their, step count, right? You care about your arms in a sleeveless dress. Just say it, because that is a perfectly valid reason to pick up a weight. Okay, before I keep going, I need to tell you about the Vanity Club because everything I'm telling you today, this is the overview, right? But the full playbook, my peptide protocol, my hormone protocol, the makeup I use that doesn't crease over 40, my treatments, injections, skincare routine, literally all of it, it lives inside the Vanity Club. So the Vanity Club is a community first and foremost, and the best women on the planet are there sharing all their best kept secrets. And mine are in there too. So, if you think about your vanity, it is the one place in your house where no one else needs anything, where you can sit down and take a moment for yourself and then stand up feeling a little bit better than you did before. That is what the Vanity Club is. It is a safe space to share all the things without fear of being judged. And it saves you a lot of time and a lot of money. So the link is in the descriptions and the comments. Check it out and then come hang with us. All right, number 4, this is a good one, is remembering who the fuck you are and what you've survived. Listen, real talk, all right? You have survived 100% of the absolute worst days of your life, the most heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching moments, every single one. The one where you thought you couldn't take your next breath, the ones where you thought things will never be okay again. I know you've had them. I've had them too. Those times where just getting out of bed felt like a Herculean effort, but you did it. You did that shit. You're here. You're still standing. And when you let that actually register for just a moment, when you stop and think about the woman who made it through all of that, something shifts. How you stand, how you walk into a room. What I've learned after 48 years is that confidence isn't something that you buy at Sephora. I wish. I wish it was. It's something that you earn by surviving your own life and choosing to not let it make you small. And that kind of a knowing, that quiet, I have been through some shit and I got this energy, that is power. And power is beauty. So when I look in the mirror at 48, I'm not just seeing my skin. I'm seeing a woman who has been through the craziest shit. Like, I've told you some of it here on this channel, but it's crazy. And I'm still here. I'm still choosing to show up every single day for me because I'm a bad bitch. And quite frankly, I deserve it. And I think you do too. And this is the part that nobody talks about, right? The reason certain women look a certain way after 40 isn't just products or procedures. It's their posture. It's the way they carry what they've been through. And people notice that. They don't know what they're noticing. They just feel it. You know what I mean? And by the way, if this is the kind of content you've been looking for, subscribe because I am just getting started. Okay, number 5. This one's boring as shit. I'm not going to lie. But if you skip it, nothing else on this list works. And I mean nothing. Are you ready? All right, number 5 is balancing your hormones. I know. Everybody is talking about hormones right now. It kind of feels like a trend. It's not a trend. It is biology. And it's the most important thing on this list that nobody wants to deal with because it's not fun, it's not sexy, and you can't buy it at a store. But you can have the absolute best skincare routine on the planet. You can work out 6 days a week. You can eat perfectly. You can drink your water. You can do everything right. And if your hormones are off, you're still going to look tired. You're still going to feel like something is wrong. Your skin will not respond the way it used to. It's going to look more dull. It's going to be more dry because your hormones are the operating system and everything else is kind of just like the apps, right? So if the operating system is crashing, doesn't matter how good your apps are. The bottom line is get your hormones checked, find a doctor who actually listens to you. I know, unsexy, unglamorous, not fun, but it is a non-negotiable that most women skip. And it's the thing that will change everything. And by the way, when I say find a doctor who actually listens, what I mean is find a doctor who doesn't look at you and just say, you're fine. Your levels are normal for your age. Like normal for your age, by the way, is doctor code for I don't feel like dealing with your shit today. So get a second opinion. Get a third opinion. I did. I went for years with doctors saying, you're fine. Your labs are normal. When I got like a fucking fourth opinion, it changed my life. All right, if you're listening to this, maybe taking some notes and think, I just want to know where to start, Cynthia. It's a lot. Like if I could just pick one, where do I start? Then I want to invite you to take my Hot AF quiz. It is 7 quick questions about where you are right now, and you get a personalized plan across skin, glam, health, hormones, and more. The link is in the description. It takes 2 minutes and it will give you a clear path forward. So grab that link and take the quiz to get your personalized Hot AF plan right now. All right, number 6. I almost didn't put this on the list, but because it sounds kind of soft, but honestly, it might be the most important one here. All right, let's get into it. Number 6 is doing what actually makes you happy and getting rid of everything that doesn't. I know. So here's the deal. There is a visible physical difference between a woman who is performing wellness and happiness and a woman who is genuinely happy with her life. You can see it. You can feel it. And I think a lot of women over 40 are doing all the right things, right? The yoga class that they hate, the book club that they go to because they feel obligated because fucking Susie got them into it. Susie's always getting you into some shit. What else? The friendships that you maintain because you feel like you should. And then you're still wondering why something feels off, why you still feel heavy. Do you know what actually makes you hot? Being genuinely, actually, no bullshit happy with your own life. Because that energy shows up on your face. I'm telling you, a woman who is actually enjoying the fuck out of her life looks completely different than a woman who's just going through the motions acting like she does. Because you can't fake that. You can't fake the way your eyes look when you're lit up about something. And the secret isn't adding more things that are supposed to make you happy. It's getting rid of all the things that don't. The things that feel heavy, the obligations that drain you, the relationships that take more than they give. I know you know the ones I'm talking about. It's all the stuff that doesn't align with who you are or who you're becoming. Now, you might not be able to change everything because, listen, we're not in control of everything. But the things you are in control of, cut the dead weight. And then with all that space that you just freed up, fill it with things that are actually yours. Dance in the rain. Wear the special occasion dress to the grocery store. I'm serious. Like, play full out every single motherfucking day like nobody is watching. And if they are watching, good. Maybe you'll inspire them to do it too. And on that note, if you have a friend who needs to hear this, send her this video. All right, we're getting near the end. We're almost there. Number 7 is your environment because it shows up on your face. All right, let me walk you through this. I'm not talking about having a ridiculously expensive house. If you do, good for you. I love it. I'm talking about having a home that makes you feel something when you walk through the door. I believe that everything in your home should make you happy. Everything. Your space should feel like peace when you walk into it. It should be that safe space that supports who you are right now and who you're becoming. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It could be a little thing that you kept from a trip that meant something that maybe reminds you of a conversation that changed how you think. Could be a photo that brings back all those memories every time you see it. Your home is where you spend most of your life. And if it feels chaotic or heavy or like it belongs to a version of you that you've outgrown, it's dragging you down. And by the way, since I'm a bit of a science nerd, you know I am, there is science behind this. When your environment is stressful or chaotic, your cortisol stays elevated. Now, chronically elevated cortisol breaks down collagen. I know, but it does more than that. It disrupts your sleep. It ages your skin faster. So believe it or not, your home is literally a beauty tool. So make it a good one. Number 8, everybody knows this one and nobody does it. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time here because we are all grown-ass women. All right. Number 8 is hydration and nutrition. I know. See, I told you, right? You're like, I'm going to fast forward this video. If I have to explain to you at this point, grown woman, why water and food quality matter for how you look, we've got bigger problems than this video can solve. Listen, I drink water. I eat well. I don't do crazy diets. I don't do cleanses. I don't do whatever deprivation thing trend someone on the internet is selling this week. I eat real food. I drink a lot of water, and I limit the things that I know make me look and feel like trash. And I know it's boring. It's not sexy. You're like, why is this on the list? But it works better than half the products on your counter. Now, I'm not going to give you a meal plan because that's not what this is. But if you're doing everything else on this list and you're eating like shit and drinking a bottle of wine every night, the math is not going to math. It just isn't. And listen, I enjoy my life. I do. I eat out. I have wine. You've seen me. I am not a monk about this. But I know the difference between enjoying my life and actively undoing the investment I'm making everywhere else. And most of us know where that line is, don't you? Don't you? Yeah, you do. We just pretend that we don't. So eat and drink your water. All right, 2 more. And these last 2 are the ones that separate the women who look good from the women who, look their age. All right, number 9 is how you present yourself to the world because, gosh, it matters. Hear me out on this. I actively think about what I wear. I just do. I think about how I put myself together. I think about where is she going today? Me, where's this bitch going? Where am I going today? And I don't do this just to be like shallow or obsessive, although fuck it, whatever, if I am. I do it in a very deliberate way because I know that how you present yourself is a decision that matters, and most women aren't making that decision with the right intention. So, being hot after 40 is not an accident. It's not luck. It's not just genetics. People like to think it is. It's not. It is a series of choices that you make every single day, starting with how you put yourself together before you leave the house. And I'm not talking about just wearing designer clothes or spending a fortune. Again, I'm talking about intention, wearing things that fit your body, knowing what colors you look best in, putting actual thought and effort into it because you fucking matter, because you're worth it. And because when you walk into a room looking like you give a shit about yourself, other people give a shit about you. It signals to them that you are here to be taken seriously, that you take yourself seriously. And when you take yourself seriously, other people follow your lead every single time. And let me be clear. I'm not saying you have to be done up every day of your life. God, I'm not. The day I can just lounge, no makeup, it's a good day. It is a good day. I'm just saying that when you choose to show up with intention, right? Because we all know there's a big difference between I'm having a chill day and I stop trying. One is a choice, the other is a habit. Know which one you're doing. All right, and number 10, we made it, we did it. This is the one that ties everything together. And honestly, if you only take one thing away from this entire video, take this one. Number 10 is refusing to apologize for any of it. I'm vain. I know it. I spend money on how I look. I spend time on how I look. I think about it every single day. I plan my workouts. I plan my meals. I built a skincare company around it. None of this is accidental. None of it is effortless. And I'm not sorry. So everything I just told you, the skincare, the gym, the hormones, the happiness, the standards, all of it, none of it works if you're just apologizing for it the whole time. If you're spending the money and then you feel guilty about it, or if you're doing the routine and then minimizing it when somebody asks you about it, it's not working for you. If you're looking amazing and then saying, I didn't do anything special, stop. You did do something special. You decided that at 48 or 58 or 68 or whatever the fuck 8, you were going to show up for yourself the way you show up for everyone else. And that is not shallow, might be a little bit vain, but fucking whatever. Why is that a bad thing? A woman who is unapologetically invested in herself is a woman that the world makes room for. every single time. And that's my list. All 10, the skincare, workouts, hormones, happiness, home food, intention, and audacity. Now, some of them cost money, some of them cost effort, and one of them just cost you the willingness to stop pretending that you don't care. Now, before I raise my glass, I want to hear from you. Drop in the comments which number was your number, the one that just kind of punched it in the belly, like you felt that. And while you're there, tell me what you're thanking yourself for today. And on that note, today I want to raise a glass to the women who care, the women who are vain and know it, the women who get up early, do the routines, put themselves together, walk into the room and cause a scene on purpose. To every woman who has ever been told she's too much and decided that was a compliment. For that and so much more, I'd like to thank myself. Cheers.